Motherfuckers like vagina sniffers, it's BKV2, British Kid V2 right here, in this story time, tell you about how I got my first and only wet dream. So kick back, relax, get a Pepsi, but make sure it's dark so you don't get fat, wink wink, and listen to what the fuck I gotta say, because this is how I got my first and only wet dream. Now keep in mind, whenever I tell this story, I always feel like a little bitch, you know. I never really get bossed around by chicks, or thrown around by chicks, or bitched around by chicks. And that's the main reason why I'm showing Battlefield 4 for this video. I'm playing Battlefield 4 because it keeps me in touch with my manly fucking testosterone. You know how Vitor Belfort has to get TRT to compete with the manly men of the US? Kind of what I need, but with video games. So in order for me to tell this story, I need to, without me feeling like a little pussy, I gotta think of manly stuff, like bacon, explosions, titties, and that guy that's always in that meme. But whenever I tell the story, I always think of unmanly shit, like flowers, and dresses, and the worst of all, being a fucking vegetarian. I'm sorry, Colonel Sanders. Anyways, so the story goes like this. Well, actually, I'll say a little background shit. I was in 5th grade around the time this happened. Now, you know, in 5th grade, I got all the bitches. You know, if you were funny with an Ed Hardy t-shirt or any t-shirt with rhinestones on it for that matter, you were a fucking pimp. You were the slick back of your school. Ask anyone. But that's not the point. I just wanted to tell you guys how gangsta I was back then, because that's like the whole moral of this story. So it started out like this. I wake up to a dojo. It's nothing in there, but you can tell it was a dojo. It just looks all Japanese and shit like that. You know, I look to my left and I see Mr. Miyagi, but there's one problem about this Mr. Miyagi. He was black. And I don't mean black caramel type black or whatever. I mean like African Hotel Rwanda Hutu type black. So instead of him telling me to wax on and wax off, he was more like get hoes and get money, nigga. It was crazy. Fucking black Mr. Miyagi, dude. It's like Pat Morita jumped into a pile of shit and walked out. He looked exactly like that. And I don't mean pile of shit like the Karate Kid movies after part 1. I mean literally a pile of fucking feces, dude. It was nasty. I turn my head straight and I see this 10-foot tall Nazi chick staring at me like Base Guard just fucked her bitch. I know the Great Khali would have seen her. They would have had the biggest orgasm of their lives. Anyways, she looked like a combination of that funny chick from Sabrina the Teenage Witch and that funny chick from Sabrina the Teenage Witch. So you combine the two of them bitches and you get that bitch. What you call it? Oh wait, I'm trying to remember my fucking story. That is this shit, bro. Oh yeah. Alright. This was like one of the best parts. So out of nowhere, Black Mr. Miyagi says, fight! You know, like Mortal Kombat or whatever fighting game. And like I said, you know, this was 5th grade. I was a gangster, so I wasn't scared of no 10-foot tall looking bitch. So I bum rushed this bitch on some Japanese anime type shit. When they start fighting and they go like, ah, and they just start. And like I bum rushed up really like I seen the last piece of skinless Popeye's chicken. All of a sudden she stretches her boobs on some whoa. She stretches her boobs out on some doll scene type shit. You know, the Indian dude that breathes fire from Street Fighter. And she knocks me out with her boobs. And she says some whack ass Rocky one line like, I knocked you out with my titi. I knocked you out. And you know, German chicks are fucking rough and possessive. They got that manly accent. They just look like men. You know, some of them look sexy. But for the most part, them German bitches are rough and possessive. So, you know, when we was fighting, bitch was throwing me around, bitching me around, treating me like she's a dominatrix and I'm getting dominated, bro. So in this purple lightsaber, and I guess he was paying homage to Mace Windu from Star Wars since he was black. But Mace Windu fucking died. He got his arms cut off by that robot motherfucker, so why would you make me suffer by giving me Mace Windu? Anyways, Black Mr. Miyagi gave her like this boom, like it had points, like sharp points on the edge, and what you call it? It was like a boomerang cape of the KKK Nazi symbol. Honestly, if I wasn't black, I would have made that way. That shit sounds so fucking badass. But the crazy part is this. So basically, like it really was no point in us having the girl's head is in between your balls. Like that's when I was getting horny. I was like, oh my god, you're right next to my dick. And you know, I got a sweat fetish. Like whenever I see a girl sweat, I just explode. I explode. It's I don't know. Some people like feet, I like sweat. So she was what you call it. As she was, her face was like morphing from this old 60-year-old Asian bitch to her regular Nazi self. She kept morphing. And that's I'm going to tap out. And I was like, I am going to go. I am going to fucking nut. And I busted a nut. As soon as I busted the nut, you know how in the Rugrats intro, like it's a whole bunch of white stuff, like from the baby's bottle, and then it says Rugrats. So Rugrats. That was kind of like what happened to me. And then I woke up. And you know, since this was the first time I had the wet dream, I was like, I usually piss the bed. My piss smells unusual this time. So I was just, since I knew it wasn't piss, I thought I had a special power to where I can produce water in my sleep. And that really wasn't the case. BKV2. Actually, so with that said, next video I'm probably gonna do a walkthrough either on Outlast or that Mexican Lucha Libre game that came out, Guacameele, I think it's called. Whichever one you guys want to see, I'm gonna leave the vote up to you guys. I know most of you motherfuckers hate me, but whatever. For the people that like me, Guacameele or Outlast, vote on it. BKV2, let's get V2 out.